Violet and Alice stood in the breakfast line. Alice chattered away, oblivious to the fact that Violet's mind was miles away. From her spot, Violet could only see part of the 4 thrones, as she'd started to call them. But their presence was heavy, and she was incredibly relieved they were empty. After last night's weird dream with Asher, she wasn't sure she could handle seeing any of the Cardinal Alphas, especially Griffin. Turns out they weren't just intense, they were full of themselves too. Who needed thrones in a school cafeteria? Them, apparently. Like they were the kings of Lenaris Academy or something. At least there wasn't a self-proclaimed queen. Violet would have lost it completely. She could see the elite students upstairs, mostly girls, acting all superior, while everyone else downstairs was getting their own food. Violet noticed some kids actually serving the elites. She remembered Alice saying she wanted to be Violet's lackey. Was this what she meant? This school was seriously messing with Violet's head. "Earth to Violet!" Alice snapped her fingers in front of Violet's face. "The line's moving." Violet realized she'd zoned out and left a gap between herself and Alice, causing some grumbling from the people behind her. She saw someone trying to cut in, but she quickly closed the gap, giving a kid a death stare. He muttered something under his breath, but she ignored him. She was not in the mood for drama. Then, out of nowhere, some girl just waltzed past the entire line right to the front. She grabbed a plate and started piling on food from the buffet like she owned the place. Violet waited for someone to say something, anything, but no. Everyone just acted like this was normal. "Why aren't they doing anything?" Violet asked, confused. "Be quiet!" Alice hissed, her eyes wide. "Seriously, why?" Violet whispered fiercely. "I space out for a second, and these jerks behind me," she gestured to the impatient students, "try to cut in line, but she just comes in and takes whatever she wants and nobody cares." "That's because it's Hope," Alice said, like that explained everything. "So, who is Hope?" "Oh my God, Violet, keep your voice down. You're gonna get us in trouble," Alice said, looking around nervously. Alice's serious tone made Violet chill out a bit, though she was still curious. "Fine, fill me in. What's the deal?" she asked quietly. Alice gave her a look. "You didn't even bother looking up the top 20, did you?" "Nope. Why would I? It's not my problem. I don't care who they are or what special treatment they get for being bullies." Besides, Violet had been kind of preoccupied with that bizarre dream encounter with Asher. Alice facepalmed. "Seriously?" she muttered. Violet almost felt sorry for her, but Alice was the one obsessed with the school's social ladder. If it had been anything actually important, Violet wouldn't have cared less. Just then, Hope strolled past, tray balanced perfectly as she headed for the stairs, up to the VIP section. Violet's eyes narrowed. Hope's skirt was way shorter than allowed. Did Principal Jameson not notice? Or did Hope's immunity extend to the dress code, too? "What rank is she?" Violet asked. "She's not in the top 20, Alice replied. Violet raised an eyebrow. "Then who is she and why is she up there?" "She's Autumn's, personal assistant." "Personal assistant?" "Yeah, like a lackey, servant, gopher, whatever." "Who's Autumn?" "Number 1. Violet's ears perked up. "You mean number 1 on the Luna board?" Alice nodded seriously. "Yep, Autumn Carson, number 1 elite student, and the only pure-blooded she-wolf in the whole school." That stopped Violet short. She didn't care about school politics, but this was different. A pure-blooded she-wolf? They were legendary, practically worshipped, almost extinct too. Alphas would practically kill for a chance to marry one. Marrying a pure-blood meant the possibility of having a true werewolf baby, not one with diluted genes from a human-werewolf pairing. It wasn't hard to spot Autumn. Violet followed Hope's path, until she set the tray down at the table, where a girl with striking silver hair sat. The silver practically glowed under the dining hall lights, and Violet couldn't tear her eyes away. Autumn had this intense magnetic presence. Before Violet could look away, Alice whispered, "And get this, I heard Autumn's supposed to marry one of the Cardinal Alphas after graduation." That was a bombshell. Autumn was marrying one of the Cardinal Alphas? Which one? Violet didn't even understand why she cared. It wasn't her business, but she had to know. As if she'd felt their stares, Autumn turned and locked eyes with Violet. Autumn Carson was stunning. Her vivid blue eyes were so captivating that they could make anyone stop in their tracks. Her heart-shaped face, pointed nose, and full lips were totally alluring. But beneath the charm, Violet sensed a coldness. Like Autumn's beauty was just a mask. It wasn't just her looks, it was her posture, the way she held herself, the way she looked down on everyone. To Autumn, Violet was nothing. Autumn's gaze felt like a challenge, as if she'd expected Violet to back down. Alice, noting the tension, whispered urgently, "Look away, Violet. Don't engage her." But Violet never backed down. She wasn't scared of some queen bee who ruled by intimidation. So what if Autumn was a pure-blooded she-wolf? Big deal. It wasn't like it was some special talent. Violet knew the real reason purebloods were so prized: their ability to have lots of pure-blooded babies. It was all about boosting the werewolf population. Hope must have caught Autumn's attention because Autumn was the first to look away. That small victory gave Violet a flicker of satisfaction. She decided right then that she didn't like Autumn, and it wasn't because Autumn was supposed to marry one of the Cardinal Alphas. Violet honestly didn't care. She kind of hoped it was Asher. Maybe then he'd leave her alone. No, Violet disliked Autumn because she knew girls like her, the ones who acted all angelic while hiding their true selves. They were wolves in sheep's clothing. "Let's go," Alice urged, pulling Violet away before things escalated. Alice swore Violet was going to give her a heart attack one of these days. The line moved quickly. When it was their turn, Violet's eyes widened at the food spread on the long, polished table. The luxury was unreal. Each steaming dish promised a hot, fresh meal. If anything could convince her to stay at Lenaris, it would be the food. It was a total food paradise, way better than anything she had back home. Golden scrambled eggs, crispy smoked bacon, honey-glazed sausages, fluffy pancakes, waffles with fresh berries, croissants, danishes, muffins, and a mountain of fresh fruit. It was overwhelming. Even if she took a little of everything, she wouldn't be able to finish it all. She settled for scrambled eggs with herbs, a couple of bacon strips, and some hash browns, plus a warm croissant. Alice caught up, her plate piled high. She gave Violet a look. "Is that all you're taking?" Violet nodded. Alice stared, then glanced around. "If you're worried about the guys judging you, don't be. The Alphas like girls who can eat. Look around." Violet followed Alice's gaze, and her jaw dropped. The other students' plates were overflowing, especially the werewolves. Their portions were gigantic, like mountain ranges about to topple over. "Of course," Violet said, watching a werewolf practically inhale a plate piled high with food. It made sense that they needed the extra fuel to keep up with their supercharged metabolisms. Still, it was crazy to see. "I didn't take this much food because of the Alphas." Yeah, I get it," Alice said, rolling her eyes. "But you still gotta eat more, girl." Before Violet could argue, Alice dumped a scoop of roasted potatoes onto her plate. Violet let it slide. Those crispy edges looked way too good to pass up. She grabbed her tray and made a beeline for a table, hoping to escape before Alice decided to add anything else. But she didn't get far. Alice grabbed her arm. "Where do you think you're going? Your spot's upstairs." She pointed toward the balcony where the elites were eating. "Yeah, about that." Violet glanced at the privileged students above. "I think I'll eat down here unless I want to get a major case of indigestion." "No, Violet, I don't think." Alice started, but Violet was already heading for a table on the lower level. She pulled out a chair and sat down, ready to dig in. But the second she sat, the chatter around her died down. Violet looked up, totally unbothered. "Please," she said to the staring students, "don't mind me. Keep talking." But instead of going back to their conversations, the entire floor went silent. Every single eye was on Violet, like she'd just broken some major rule. "Great," Violet muttered. Indigestion was definitely on the menu now. What had she done in the past life to deserve this?
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.